Just Hockey Show. I'm the Trev. It's too sweet. Anyway, continuing on with your 2023 NHL Award finalists. And today they announced the nominees for the Vezina Trophy. And I almost feel like this is another one of those Ted Lindsay Award videos, which you haven't checked it out yet. We did it yesterday. Where it should be pretty unanimous. But for whatever reason, it might not be. I guess it really depends on what side of the fence you sit when it comes to the finalists, but either way, let's discuss it. All right, so like we always do, the Vezina Trophy is awarded annually to the goaltender voted best in his position by the NHL's General Managers. So not the professional hockey writers, not the NHLPA, the General Managers. And will be awarded on June 26th at the NHL Awards Show. And really, this year, it's not a bad set of finalists, if I'm going to be perfectly honest. And like most NHL awards goes, a case could be made for every one of them. And if you could give one to all three, maybe you should, but they don't award the Vezina like that anymore, thankfully. But again, I feel like it's almost a shoo-in which way it's going to go, in my mind anyway. But we'll go over the finalists, and like we do every video like this, at the end, I'll give you my thought and my prediction. So let's start with our first finalist. Hello? So our first finalist is Connor Hellebuyck. Now, in 64 games, Hellebuyck put up a 37, 25, and 2 record with a 2.49 goals against and a .920 save percentage with 4 shutouts. Now, his stats tied him for third in wins with Jake Ottinger and Igor Shesterkin, tied with UC Saros of Nashville for the most games, and was tied with Jeremy Swayman for fourth in save percentage amongst goalies to play at least 20 games. Now, with all that, Hellebuyck faced the third most shots in the NHL, made the second most saves, and had 6 games with at least 40 saves, going 5-0-1 in those games. He also led the NHL in shots against and saves in each of the previous 4 seasons. So he's been playing at a very elite level for some time. Now, this is his third nomination. He won the Vezina in 2020 and was a runner-up in 2018. So if he wins this will be not only his second Vezina, but also the second Vezina for the Winnipeg Jets, as he won the previous one. So next finalist, second finalist, is Ilya Sorokin of the New York Islanders. Now, in 62 games played, Sorokin was 31, 22, and 7 with a 2.34 goals against and a .924 save percentage and an NHL best 6 shutouts. Now, it was third in save percentage and 6 goals against amongst goalies to play at least 20 games and tied for third with games played. Now, Sorokin also made 30 saves in 25 games at least. It was 5-0-2 when making at least 40 saves in a single game this season. Now, if Sorokin were to win this award, he would be the second Islander to win it and the first since Billy Smith won it in 1982. So there's that. Our last finalist is Linus Ullmark. Now, in 49 games played, Ullmark went 46-1. That's pretty goddamn impressive, which tied for wins with Alexander Georgiev. Led the NHL in goals against with a 1.89 goals against average and a .938 save percentage. On top of that, the Bruins had their amazingly stellar season, which didn't work out so well for them in the playoffs, but that's besides the point. Now, Ullmark's already won the William M. Jennings Trophy with Swayman, which we talked about right there. Now, statistically, Ullmark became the fastest goalie in NHL history to 40 wins in his 49th game. He began his season in his first 24 games 22-1-1. Only lost 2 games in a row once all season, He allowed 2 goals or fewer in 36 of his 49 starts. That there tells you the kind of season he had. And funny how a difference makes going from Buffalo to Boston. Playing behind in the net for a team that actually has a defense. And on top of that, he also scored a goal this season. So you can't take that away from him either. So there's all that. Now, if he were to win, Ullmark would be the 6th Bruin goalie to win the Vezina Trophy, and it would be the Bruins' 11th Vezina Trophy in their trophy collection. So, having gone over the finalists, let's talk about my prediction. So again, while it's not a bad set of finalists to have there, sure, it'd be nice to see Hellebuyck win his 2nd. Why wouldn't it? I mean, you can make the case for Sorokin. It's completely understandable, but again, like I said in the beginning of this video, I think this one should be fairly unanimous. And granted, he didn't play nearly as many games as Sorokin or Hellebuyck did. I still think this one's going to Ullmark. And I know this one's voted on by the GM, so maybe they might actually see it my way too, but statistically, there's no reason he shouldn't win it. I mean, yeah, he had a solid start. Of course he did. Yeah, he finished off very strong. Of course he did. And granted, these awards are only based on regular season, which is a great thing, because if you include the playoffs, it's not going to be a pretty picture. But anyway, I think it was Ullmark's to win all season long. I mean, he basically had a grasp on that after the All-Star break, in my mind. So again, yeah, for him not to win this award would be almost criminal, given the season he had. But that's my pick. You can take that one to Vegas. Man, the Bruins have a lot of good goalies in their system over the years. So let me know who you think should win the 2023 Vezina Trophy. It's another one of Chess Hockey shows. I want to thank you for tuning in. Don't think I don't appreciate the gesture, especially if you're right here. That's a great thing for all of us. So let's keep this momentum train going. If you like what I'm doing, if you've made it this far, or even if you just want to say, hey, I'm down for a like, let's hit that up. That red button that says subscribe all over it, come on, you know you want to. We're pushing 250, and it'll make you feel good. Let's do it out. That social I never use, it's in the description down below. So moving forward, as far as award winners is concerned, I'm expecting the King Clancy at any time. The Hart Trophy finalists will be named tomorrow. And as soon as there's somebody for Jersey to play, I'll be making a Prince of Wales prediction. But we'll cross that bridge when we get there. Either way, in the meantime, and in between time, be looking for more videos from Trev. Later.